Okay, let me get a little sound check. Frakes,
Yes, sir.
Terrence,
Howdy.
Jeff,
Lot lizard.
Mahogany.
Bleh.
Blech.
Blech.
Little test stretch.
You can tell if your lot lizard's into it or not by the sounds of her retching.
So
Matter of
funny.
fact, she should be wretched when you do the lot lizard.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like ugh.
Yeah.
A lot lizard that is a prostitute that works explicitly at truck stops, exclusively at truck stops.
The Johns come to her.
Oh.
In droves.
She's a low effort hooker.
Low effort hooker.
Yeah,
How
but I
do
bet
y'all
you-
know this stuff?
Because I used to, one of the best places to eat in my hometown was a place called the 44 Truck Stop, and it featured not only lot lizards, but ham on the salad bar that was actually just diced bologna.
Oh, pure class.
Also-
That's classic there.
Everyone in my family is a trucker.
Yeah, one of the kids I went to high school with is now a trucker, and he came to hang out with me and my cousin when I was living there. And I'm playing Skyrim, and he's not leaving. Was really kind of hoping that he would leave, but then he just went into a story about prostitutes that he banged on the road. And I'm like, thanks, Keith.
That is a delightful tale.
That's the name, Pure Keith.
Oh,
Nah, Keith is your teen fragrance. Smells like a boy that spends too much time in the gym and has a terrible mustache.
Pure Keith.
Yeah, he's new to hygiene and he's trying to master it. But you know what? You're looking past that.
You can smell the little frizzles of hair on his upper lip.
Gross. Anyway,
that one got me.
stinky hair.
Captain of the football team, defensive end.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah. I think Will's out again.
All right.
Oh,
Well-
have y'all seen the previews for the new Mortal Kombat movie?
Huh?
Mahogany doesn't watch those things because she doesn't want to be spoiled. But when it comes to those kind of movies, I definitely watch those trailers.
Well,
I mean-
I hate to spoil it for you, but people fight in it.
You know?
Yeah. It's Mortal
You
Kombat.
don't say.
It's rated R, which means I'm betting, I'm hoping a whole lot of blood.
Yeah, but no
and guts.
titties. They've decided titties are off limit now.
What?
Yep. Sorry. You cannot have titties.
I thought it was rated R.
Yeah, but you won't see any.
Oh.
I guarantee
Yeah,
it.
you're just gonna see ultra violence.
Well, John Wick was rated R and it was ultra violent. I didn't see any titties in that. I was still very pleased with the movie.
I just use my imagination to add titties into it.
It's just a
Yeah.
weird. It's just a weird sexless culture we're living in. I'm just saying.
Well, Keanu Reeves with a nice rack. I mean, who doesn't think about that when they watch those movies?
No, absolutely. That's what I do when Cyberpunk 2077.
Just give Johnny
Just add titties.
Keanu Reeves huge knockers.
Hey, Johnny.
I got
I
these
will
cyber
say-
milkers installed.
I will say I'm all for separating the genres. There's no need to have sex and violence in the same movie.
Yeah, but that's the double whammy. That's how you get people to keep paying for it.
Yeah, it's also probably indicative of. Never mind.
Oh, it's indicative, all right.
Of course, it's male gazy and misogynistic. That's why we're paying money.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they want to get all introspective on us.
so unfortunately, I don't think Will be joining us tonight. So let's resume where we left off.
Because of the cancer.
Well, you know, we don't have to bring it up every time we mention his name. You know.
Just when he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when we can kick him while he's down.
And then when he's back, we'll talk about how he missed a couple weeks because of the cancer
Yeah.
and how shitty cancer is.
and the healthcare in this country.
I'm not trying to kayfabe or deny the fact that he has cancer, but you know, he has other personality traits.
Yeah, but that one really took the lead when it happened.
Yeah, kind of took prominence.
Okay.
I'm glad he's cool with us talking jokes about it.
Oh, me too. It would be so sad if it wasn't.
You're gonna find a horse head in your bed one day.
You don't know what I'm into.
I've been to those websites. Anyway.
Yeah, Will goes in to put in a horse head. And he's like, "Damn it, there's already one here."
Yeah.
And
I'm
they-
awake and I don't stop him.
and there.
Oh, you brought me a head?
Oh, it's a Palomino. I already got one.
Put it in the closet with the others.
I'm really looking for a Clydesdale if you can get one.
Oh, I want to see my hoof bouquet? Just right.
It is weird that we mount the heads of so many of certain animals, but none of a different animal.
Well,
Like you never see dog heads mounted on the wall.
I've seen fully taxidermied dogs.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
different.
We could mount, more animal heads, like you said, horses, by going to the racetrack and shooting them as part of the competition. Ride a horse before I shoot your ass.
That'll certainly get the jockeys motivated.
Oh, yeah, because you can also mount the jockey's head right beside the horse's head.
Go faster, tiny man!
Hey, short stack, move it.
It's not a matter of not being in the lead. It's a matter of outrunning your own compatriots.
Yeah.
So you're not the one being hit.
It's not really the bullets that get me down. It's the name calling.
Are you off to see the wizard? Huh?
All right. Ease off on the short jokes.
Jockeys. Really punching down on that one.
Well, it's punching up, but not very high for me. Actually, I think I'm taller than your average jockey.
It depends. Are they on the horse?
No, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, like he just has a fucking words.
Is your door closed?
Yes.
Did someone bust into your house?
No.
Huh.
I think he just screamed for the horde.
For the horse.
Of course.
I thought he screamed out horse too, like he was listening in on our conversation. He's not a patron.
No, he's playing fucking Warcraft. We're the Warcraft.
For the horde.
That's better than what I thought he said.
For the horse.
Porn.
Horse porn.
I mean, that's how I let people know that it's not cool to just walk in my door when I'm watching porn. I'll just randomly shout out porn.
Yeah, this porn is so hot. I'm definitely touching my penis right now.
This thing called a lock works wonders.
Yeah, but then people might not come in.
An
Advertisement, not a warning.
Yeah. How else am I going to get people to just drop off a horse head in my bed?
Just bringing the horse head over while you're jacking it off. Hey, nice penis. Well, here's your horse. Gotta go.
I do need to put a lock on my door, though.
You got to cut all this shit out.
No.
Yeah, this is for our patrons. This is why Jeff pays us money.
Oh God!
Yeah.
To hear this again, I'm so sorry. Anyway, you ready to actually start, or is Frank's going to interrupt me again?
He's going to wait till you start talking.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So when we last left off, you had recovered from some wounds in the abbey, adjoining the walls surrounding the von Gonerman estate. You had recently raided it attempting to investigate it. And instead of trying to go downstairs like they asked you to, you went upstairs to see what you could find. And indeed, you found some things. But you also found, imminent peril. And so you limped yourself back outside the gates. Well, they fixed you up on the assumption that you were going back to try and make good on your promise. What are you going to do, as a matter of fact?
I don't remember them specifically saying to go downstairs, but in my defense, I tend to not pay attention sometimes.
They did. They did say to go downstairs.
The goal was they wanted us to go down further than that has been done previously. But
And collect information.
Out of safety concerns, who goes downstairs and leaves the upstairs unexplored?
Mm-hmm.
When you can have someone come in right behind you. Yeah, I don't think so.
And we did explore all of upstairs, did we not?
No, we did not.
No, you only explored
There's
about
probably close to about 5 other rooms
Yeah.
on the second floor.
All right. So, maybe we should discuss this in private.
Okay.
I, for one, could not give 2 shits about what these guys want from us. I mean, we got what we needed. We could zip, zop, zippity do on our way. Or we can go back into that death trap of a house. We do have previous higher standing orders, however.
Yeah,
Let me
I
just
don't.
put my 2 cents in real quick, and then because I know everybody pretty much disagrees with me, but I almost would say we pretty much kind of made a deal with these people to go in further. We've got enchanted magic weapons and stuff from them. Now, I know that's not a big deal. I don't care. But the other part of it is, how many people were here, Terrence?
20.
roughly.
We saw.
Yeah.
And how many of them had somewhat high magic because they were enchanting our magical weapons?
At least 3.
So, either A, we're going to try to slaughter them, which is going to be interesting. B, we're going to haul ass and try to flee from here, which means they could, since they're magic people, could trace us down and attack us from their advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like we're not coming out of this with other stuff. And they're actually, we have a group of people here that are supporting us when we go in and come back out.
That's fair enough. I see your point. Lady outside, what were you saying?
I don't like it. I think we're setting ourselves up to fail by going in here right now when we seem to be less than capable of keeping ourselves alive.
I mean, we are down one functioning member. Alric, do you have an opinion?
I don't think they're going to take a rain check.
Yeah, they might.
I feel like they might have to, unless we just want to sacrifice ourselves. Why don't we just go ahead and slit our wrists right now and call it a day?
Some people have negative thoughts about this. I see that. But we've survived.
Barely, but yeah.
Personally, of the opinion of doing as much of the mission as possible, if just to earn their trust further.
I mean, they would be a handy resource for when Lord Blackroom comes through this place. It would be good to have a neutral, I don't want to use the word ally, that might be a bit strong, but a resource.
Because you got to remember one thing: they are based off a god that all he cares about is magic. It is neutral, so therefore, and they've already been saying they've been chafing under the restrictions of the local government from being able to explore this place like they wanted to a certain extent. Am I not right, Terrence?
They mentioned that they had been given multiple warnings about going to the place. Like, they clearly are occasionally looked in on by the authorities to make sure they aren't doing anything dangerous with the stuff inside. And you're guessing they're really only here at the pleasure of the local government. Yes.
All right. Well,
Go ahead.
I like
Tucker.
the idea. I'm
I
sorry.
don't think Tucker finished up.
No, I was mostly finished. Yeah, I was thinking we could befriend these people for multiple reasons. One, they might be a good ally because they're the type of people who are willing to take risk. And two, not only could they be allies for us or allies for our boss, they're allies that aren't scared to take risk that goes somewhat against the law.
And also, they're not ruled by some pesky morality like
Yeah.
other religions are.
Or maybe we find something very powerful in that house they haven't been able to get a hold of, and we come out and we kill them and take all that cool shit that they've got.
I like having them as a resource. I don't necessarily want to kill them. That's going to be very difficult, more than likely.
In our current state, it would be very difficult. I'm saying
Yes.
if we find something in the house that changes that stance, I'm still open to it.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't want
yeah.
to kill the old man in the woods because there was no reason to. Because there was no, I don't want that I didn't want that nymph thing following us around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The options are
2 and 2 against 2 at this point.
well. I mean, I'm still neutral. I am all for going back into the house and risking our life to find, treasure and power. I'm also totally okay with saying that that's too dangerous. We'll come back to it later. But I am kind of liking the idea of having a resource here that we can come back to, and maybe we can win them over to Lord Blackroom's side. I mean, that is our main job.
I'll look at it like this. Whenever are you going to have a dungeon, quote unquote, that has pretty much a temple right outside going, hey, if y'all have any issues, come right back outside. We'll heal you. Or we can cure you. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that
not
is
exactly
pretty
that's not exactly what they're saying, but because we're under contract with them, it's pretty much how it works, kind of. I mean, there's probably no other time we'll have this type of setup.
Yeah, that's true. And if we decide to fuck off and not do what we agreed to do, they might try to take our magical weapons that they gave us, and that would make things complicated.
Not that I really care so much about the gods, but really pissing off the god of magic is not necessarily one of the things I really want to do. Since magic is kind of what I do, and so is like 90% of our party.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I think it's a bad idea to go in there, because 90% of our party is magic, and I know I was one hit less than half of my life force. So, as long as somebody else is willing to go first and put
I'll go
themselves in
first.
danger, you know what I mean?
I have
But,
very little regard for my own personal safety and or life.
Yeah.
I'm a goblin.
And I also don't have very much offensive capabilities either. But, if you think it's a good idea to go in there with
Oh no, our
with
entire
very little
lives.
offense.
Our entire lives are a bad
capabilities.
idea.
It's seems like that's where we're leaning, so we might as well go ahead. Just don't say I didn't. Just if something goes wrong, I'm happy to say I told you so.
I mean, no matter what we do with our party lineup, there's always chances we're taking. I mean, if we don't go down here, we're going over to the other place. We don't know what's in there either. I mean, it's probably combat. So I mean, we're no matter what we do, we're taking chances.
Did we tell anyone in this monastery that we work for Lord Blackrone?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. But out of character, if Jeb dies, I have a backup idea. So,
Well, let's just hold off until you actually die. Or
well,
if
I will be going first.
Until.
Yeah, once we party wipe, let's go ahead and fight all these incorporeal creatures. Let's do it.
So if I TPK you guys, do you guys want to start with more villains in the same campaign or a fresh campaign?
Let's burn that bridge when we get to it.
All right. So
One of us will survive. Because we're villains, we'll see people dying and somebody will go, fuck y'all, I'm out, and run. Like I feel one of us at least will survive. Me.
Yeah.
There will be a
Like,
tactical
okay, bye.
retreat, a tactical withdrawal of our forces.
okay.
And then
So-
we'll all make fighters instead of casters, and we'll have the same problems.
But yeah, I feel like I've been pretty vocal about since the description of this area. Like maybe we should wait to go here. But
Yeah, but
let's go on. We could have
kind of
continued.
already.
Well,
yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah.
No, I agree. Should we not go in? Probably.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, but we've already made a deal. And so unless you're planning on slaughtering all these people because we reneged on the deal,
I mean, that doesn't have to be the way out.
okay, let's see how you can convince them otherwise.
What suggestion do you have for backing out of this? It doesn't end in.
Just wait. Like you don't have to do everything. Oh, you know what? Fuck you. Like we can either let them know that we can't do this until we have our entire party, or
fair.
we could let them know nothing and just say, all right, we'll be back, and then come back when we come back.
Or
But
you
it
could-
doesn't have to be a whole grand production of, oh yeah, we're leaving you and you should come chase us down and kill us. No, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that difficult.
And technically, you guys can just go back inside the walls, wait till dark, and just go out the back and
Yeah.
climb over the back
Fuck
wall.
Exactly. Like they don't know where to come find
This
us.
place is easily escapable as far
It's
as
not.
Yeah. I think
it's not
Jeff's-
that serious.
I think Jeff's thing about escaping was that they probably have magical means of tracking us at this point.
Which, if we are not going to continue with this right now, our best option would be to be upfront about it and say, look, we can't do this at our current ability level, but we will come back and finish. And you're not getting my weapon.
So, Terrence, would you say that this is more of a Morrowind style map or more of a Skyrim style map?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
In Morrowind, the dungeons were all preset and leveled. In Skyrim, the whole world levels up with you.
I was going with a mix of both.
Oh, so yeah. My thing is like, yeah, let's go level up to level 5 metagaming wise, and then we come back and the dungeon has leveled
Yeah.
up to the same level, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going on based on the little tidbit that Terrence let slip, I think, last time we played about how he didn't expect us to come here right now because of our
so
low
now
level.
that means you're metagaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, I also said that before then.
You're also
Like, it
well, you're
doesn't
bad
sound like
guys.
a good
Metagaming is
idea.
okay if you're bad guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I said that
know.
before that when I looked at my list of spells, and he was like, "This is the things that we're probably going to be encountering in there." And I realized that I don't have much of anything.
A monster type.
Yeah, I was like, I
roster.
don't have much of anything to deal with that monster type.
Yeah, I don't either.
And you know, so I've got like 3 free attacks, and then I'm useless, and I can't get hit. So you know, let's go for it.
In
Let's go for it.
in character, we actually do have a more pressing concern from our true employer who wants us to accomplish a specific task, and he gave us the leeway to do so. Maybe we should worry about that before we continue with these monks.
Yeah. Let's meet in the middle. Let's tell them we're going back in the house and then just leave. Maybe they'll think we're dead. And then we'll just go back and kill that old man and his food dog. And then we'll bring the imp back here because the imp will have the powers to deal with.
I don't like that at all.
This plan seems very haphazard.
I feel like our whole life is very haphazard right now.
You know,
Our whole life
you're
is
just getting started in your villainous career. You gotta.
It's whatever.
You gotta stumble before you can fly.
I'm used to just swindling rich merchants out of their money and livelihood. So my spell list is not exactly catered to. I'm kind of in the same boat as the lady, but like all my spells are really good against people who have a brain.
Yeah. I am also better at people who have a corporeal physical form.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a button man, for Christ's sake. And as Frakes, I am a completionist. I started this dungeon. I would like to finish this dungeon, but
yeah, that's where I'm at too. I mean, we're already looking at the map, so that's kind of where I'm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I put it up in case you were.
So whatever. Let's do it. Fine. Let's go.
All right.
No, we're all starting to agree with you. Stop pushing us the other way still.
Yeah.
Take your fucking win.
I think all of us except for Z are starting to see things your way. And Allegor? Oh yeah, Allegor agrees with you as well.
Allegor's like, I'm good with whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna go load the carts up.
That might be a bit of a tell that you're leaving though.
Yeah, well.
All right, so let's say we do abandon this particular dungeon for now. Where do we go from here? Straight to the chasm?
Where were we going before? It's been so long.
You mean on foot?
Yeah, where were we headed when we veered off? When we veered off to here, where were we headed before that?
To the the fog-filled chasm with the other keep.
Oh no, you brought your cart around to the abbey.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying you mean we're leaving on foot?
Yeah.
Because if we're crawling across the wall to sneak out.
Yeah, if you're just beating feet, then yeah, you have to leave the cart and those various items there.
Or we just tell them we cannot accomplish this yet. We have another task that we have to see to. We will return. Don't try to take my fucking rapier.
I'm a big fan of just the Irish goodbye. We just leave.
Yeah,
just get in our carts.
We just get on the cart and go.
And if they try to stop us, then that's their problem.
I like the upfront approach, just for the whole because I don't really like, if you guys want these people as allies going forward, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's a great idea to have them as allies going forward, but I don't think just leaving without saying anything is the way to get it.
I agree with you on that score.
But if you don't care about them being allies, then we can just fucking beat feet.
Yeah, no, I'd like them to be allies, but no. So I'm persuasive. I'll do it. I
am not.
All right.
Okay, so you've decided to take the lead on this.
Yeah, I mean it's 3-1 now, huh?
Pretty much, yes.
Jeff, we've persuaded you. Or what are you?
Oh no, I'm not persuaded at all. But we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
Where I'm looking at is no matter where we go, we don't know what we're going to be facing. So the same risk that we face here is the same risk that we could face anywhere.
Yeah, but the thing is that we know what we're facing here, and we're not prepared for it.
Yeah,
that's the big difference.
We know that we're facing things that we're completely unprepared to face here.
And we do not have
nowhere
the
else
capacity.
Nowhere else will we have a group of clerics sitting right outside our door that could fix us at a moment's notice.
See, but you're metagaming as well here because
how am I? They're right here, right outside the door.
Our characters have a bigger motivation, And it's not to do what these monks are asking us to do. It's to do what our Lord Blackrune is asking us to do.
Right. Which I said the whole purpose, the reason why I'm coming here was to get more research into the actual valley, because these people knew the guys from the valley.
But it's a lot more dangerous to go into a situation that we know we are not quite capable of handling,
compared
as
to
opposed
one that
to
we
going
don't know
somewhere
anything?
where we don't know if we're capable of handling it.
Yeah, no, I'm with Frakes on that reasoning. Like if you know the road to the right is full of undead that you can't do anything against, but you don't know what the road to the left is, I'll take the road to the left.
Yeah, the devil that you don't know versus the fucking devil that you do know.
Yeah.
That has spiked clubs and is like 5 of them.
I don't think that's how that saying goes.
Yeah.
No, it's not at all.
It's not.
And you weren't in character voice, so that was just your dumb brain.
Yeah. trying to express my yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the lead. Go tell these people. I'm gonna tell them what we've decided.
We'll be back.
Okay. After everyone is rested up, you track down the abbot and his companions. Basically, after mealtime, it looks like everyone's about ready to get ready to turn in for the evening here at the little abbey. And you basically, once he sees you, he beckons you to his study once again.
Mm-hmm.
And says, "What's troubling you, my son?"
Well, I'm happy we were able to recover the bodies of your fallen brethren.
As am I, of course.
But I fear that we're not equipped to handle what's in that house.
Are we all there, or is this just you and him having a conversation?
No one said they went with him, so it's just him and him. He inhales deeply and nods. Yes. Well, we figured that might be an issue.
Now, just to say that us at our current composition isn't well equipped to handle this is as far as I would be willing to take that we can't handle this thing. We do have a fair bit of connections with better equipped at dealing with undead types of people. Go ahead.
He looks at you curiously and says, "By connections, you don't mean another church, do you?"
Oh, no, I do not mean another church.
Oh, then carry on.
I just mean delvers specialized in clearing of said things. I feel with just a few weeks or so of travel, I could meet these people and send them your way. If not, we will be willing to return. Now, out of character, this is all a lie.
Okay, then make a bluff check for me.
23.
All right. He nods and seems to say, and believes he's like, you do know this valley has a strict law against unlicensed mercenaries.
Oh, of course.
Not that I'm saying we've never hired any, but it's something you should look out for, especially if you come across more of the invested in the local peace.
Yes. I must say, I'm a big fan of your determinations.
Well, our whole abbey here, everything we're doing is, of course, specifically to get at what's inside that manor house. We'll likely leave it abandoned once we are able to ascertain if it's something that we both can and will use. Otherwise, we'll have to stored away in one of our archives. You know how it is.
I just would like to point out that I'm a man who's a fan of people in charge with certain drives, and yours is very similar.
Are you hitting on me?
A little. If that's what it takes to keep these wands.
He says, well, I understand what you're getting at here, and it would greatly please me to have this whole situation be resolved quickly, but we've been here quite a while trying, so we can wait a little longer if that is entirely necessary.
Probably not necessary, but smarter. Better to go with a scalpel than a club in this case, I think.
At this point, a scalpel and a club would probably be preferable. But we'll work with the tools we have. And if you can get better tools, bring them.
Precisely.
I warn you. I think you're being honest with me, but I'm not going to be foolish enough to tell you that that will be a perception I will keep in my head after a certain amount of time. I've killed treacherous mercenaries before, and I will do it again.
Sense motive?
The don't fuck with me speech.
Yeah, seeing if it was a for real threat or, 21.
It wasn't a threat. It was a promise.
Point taken.
But if you
sweat rolls down your forehead.
If you feel like you need time to better prepare, then take it. Be back in a month.
Fair enough.
Thank you. You and your friends may continue on whatever journey that initially brought you here, but I will see you very excitedly after a cycle of moons.
Mm-hmm.
I'd best get going if I were you. The students are going to be very disappointed once they find out. Some of them have deep connections here.
Am I picking up what he's putting down there?
He seems very vague about what he's talking about.
I mean, is there a roll I could do to see what he's talking about? Or
you're muted.
Sure, do another sense motive, or if you want to try and just straight up ask him diplomacy.
In other words, the students are local.
Yeah, I'll go with the diplomacy.
All right.
19.
Okay. What are you asking him specifically?
How deep of a connection are you talking?
Some of them are in the direct line of the von Gonnerman family. The man incident, for instance, who enchanted your weapons. They, unfortunately, have been bred out of what the von Gonnerman family enchantments consider a real family member. Which has made our progress rather slow.
They want their birthright back. What they see is their birthright.
Right. Okay.
But you are dismissed if that is what you need.
It is. Thank you kindly.
And I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will.
All right. You make your way downstairs and inform the group, I guess, of the conversation, or
Yeah. What'd he say? We gonna have to find our way out of here, or is he
He's given us a month to reevaluate how to best approach this situation.
Oh wow, that's super generous.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Totally his idea.
All right.
Better outcome than I expected.
Yeah,
But
it was me putting some feelers out there to see. I didn't want to just say we're leaving, so I want to see how he'd handle that. We need time.
I'm actually kind of amazed because I would not allow any. If I was in the same situation, I sure as hell wouldn't let anybody go off with magic items I just got through enchanting and when they hadn't completed the job. But hey, that's awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
but,
still
I
going to
mean-
complete the job in a month, so I suggest that we go ahead and leave now while we figure out how best to deal with a house full of undead for our return. Or
Yeah.
we figure out how to best to deal with 20 monks.
Dynamite
Okay.
on both counts. All right. So
Wait, what was that?
Yeah. Kaboom.
So you can't just kablooey them.
I thought you said you brought out your bluey knife.
Oh, that would be such a great. Can you make that a magical item? The bluey knife.
And,
Kablooey knife.
oh.
So what kind of damage does your knife do? Oh, it's explosion damage. So do you throw it at people? Nope.
They stab you and the blade explodes.
Yeah.
They've got those in real life.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
It's the knife that when you stab, it injects CO2 inside the wound.
Yep.
Yeah.
And immediately swells up and freezes to the size of a basketball. It's a knife shark or a shark
Sounds
knife.
awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That sounds gruesome
But
as shit.
It'll blow up a great white's head.
I guess so. I guess you got to really penetrate pretty deep for that to go on, though.
Go through the eyes or the gills.
All right. So after you tell your companions, the one that is not here and is easy to abuse is forced to pack the carts while you guys talk over the conversation. Shortly,
Maybe we should just leave him here as collateral.
that would certainly be a generous. Leaving
You are not allowed to leave my cousin here as
leaving a
collateral.
skilled alchemist with these people.
Yeah, I don't want to do that as a player. But I mean, and he's not comatose anymore, is he?
He's obviously not comatose. You just said he was just saying that he'd go out and fix up the cards.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. I mean, if he was comatose, we'd leave him.
No.
I'm not taking advantage of a character that's not here.
And you're not taking advantage of my cousin.
Well, that's beside. If he was here, totally, but he's not here. So
I mean, I
Yeah.
love taking advantage of people. Let's be honest.
It's kind of your whole MO,
it's
isn't it?
the character that I've made. That's backstory. Takes advantage of people.
Okay, so after you get your cart loaded and you've been pointed direction to the road, not the way you came, which way are you going?
Northeast, I think, was where the Caverns of Mist are.
Yeah, that is the correct direction. You were headed towards. Let me get my notes. Deep Mist Canyon.
Deep Mist Canyon. Yes.
And where there was supposedly a old facility or an old outpost by Herjek the Twisted. But no one really knows where it is. Somewhere in the mist, obviously.
Like a 20% mischance.
You guys like mist? Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
All right. Yeah. So let's say we head that way.
All right, let me get my map here. Boop-a-doo, bum-bum-ba-da. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is where you roll the random encounter, and it's
Incorporeal
Incorporeal
undead.
Let's see. If you're trying to get to the very beginning of the chasm in the foothills, then it's only basically a hard let's see, 2 days journey basically. Unless you travel, if you travel 24 hours straight, it's it's a day's journey.
Well, we're not doing that.
Straight seems
Why not?
unnecessary.
Wait a second. Why not? Because here's the thing.
24 hours straight?
Yeah, but not everybody's got to be awake. We only we've got cards.
That does mean driving the horses for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's my concern. We'll drive them to death.
Not for 24 hours. That's not going to drive them to death. Knowledge nature. I mean,
That's up to you. No, you don't need to roll that. You know that horses can take that kind of work. It's not terribly great for them.
Drive them like we stole them. Oh wait,
yeah, you would be literally driving them like you stole.
and we're under a time constraint.
A 1 month time crunch.
Yeah. I think we can afford 1 day of resting, though.
So, once we get a full day away, then I'll open up to the party about some other stuff.
Uh-oh. All right. You guys head out that morning. You are led by the monks through a back path towards the north and out of the forest, the thickest part of the forest. Then taking the narrow path through the winding trees. With the monks patrolling you, everything seems to be pretty safe. And once you get back out onto the grasslands outside of them, the monks not abandon you, but leave and head back. You guys have been traveling for about... Yeah.
Thanks for the escort, fellas. We'll see you in a little while.
By this time, you guys have been traveling about 4 or 5 hours. Sorry, I was trying to remember. I was wrong, by the way. I'm sorry. It is just a day's travel.
Oh,
I forgot which size of hex I was using.
So we'll be able to rest at the canyon tonight.
But you were saying, are you waiting?
So when we get several hours away, where turning around's not a super delightful option, I will tell them about the implied threat. And that in a month we either need to have a way to clear that dungeon, or I plan to go back there and murder as many of them as possible.
I mean, you know me. I'm always down for a good kill and massacre. But I'm just letting you know the full deal. Now that we're far enough away to sit and have a think.
And that's when I go, okay, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Sounds very reasonable.
I mean, yeah.
See, like that's how I would do it. Like if I let you go, that's fine.
It says
if you
a lot
don't come
about
back, I will find you, no matter what.
It says a lot about the character of people they were, and I'm not saying against that type of person. In fact, I'm kind of in favor of that type of person. Mm-hmm. It's like people who own I know my character has a snake, but when people have like a pet snake, I'm like, no, because you don't know, like you just got it draped over you. It might bite you at any time. You don't know what the snake's into. Mm-hmm. Me, when I was coming up, I liked gators and really mean lizards because I knew we're not friends. You know, like I know that thing's mindset. Yeah, I know where I stand. It knows where I stand. We're golden.
It has a literal lizard brain.
Yeah. If it ever thinks that I'm food, then that's when things get complicated.
People put their finger in front of their snake and they're like, "Oh, he won't bite me," but one day he fucking might.
Yeah. The only reason he's not biting you is because he knows he can't fit all of you inside his mouth.
At this
moment.
well
fed. He's well fed enough to not be desperate enough to try. It's like those people that let their children play with reticulated pythons.
Oh, jeez.
Are you insane?
I down
I
and
mean,
have a,
you just fed it a pig the size of
Yeah,
your
we
child.
fed it a very baby-looking piglet earlier this year.
Yeah.
Same color skin, maybe.
Same
Yeah.
noises. Okay, I don't know what
Yeah.
noises kids make anymore.
Pig noises.
It's like giving
Big
Oink
noises.
oink.
Oink oink, squeal, scream.
it's like giving your
go roll in the mud.
Rottweiler the exact same copy of your pet cat as a stuffed animal.
That's just intimidation for the cat, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll shit in that toilet before I'm done with you.
Maybe Fluffy here. I'll have something to say. Hey, why'd you name a Rottweiler Fluffy? That's a terrible name. They're not fluffy in this line.
It's a great name for a Rottweiler.
Like Pinky. Pinky's a good name for a Rottweiler.
Pinky. Spaghetti.
I think now's a good time for a break.
Okay, let's take a quick break. The pee anyway.
I feel like we just started.
I mean,
Well,
No, that was an hour-long discussion.
I know. It just feels like we just started because I'm having fun.
okay.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna have fun peeing. Well, so
I'm going to stop recording us with a